What are the best practices when it comes to having your MSP website? But not only are we going to be covering the best practices of your MSP website, we're going to be talking about what you should have on your website so you can get more leads and hopefully some more customers. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs with sales training and marketing. Before I get into today's video, I do have to cover two quick things as always. Number one, if you're thinking that your pricing is off for your MSP, there's a training down below that comes with a free pricing calculator. I highly recommend going and checking it out. It removes the headaches or the fear of not charging enough when it comes to your business. This is vital for MSPs. I would highly recommend going and checking it out. Number two is coming out with us in the free Discord. We are a massively and fast growing community of MSPs, everything from just starting out into the 7 and 8 figure MSP world. It is fantastic. It's a great group of people. And just before this, I did a live podcast and I hang out in there all of the time. So highly recommend it. growth-generators.com/Discord. So let's talk about the best practices for your MSP website, because believe it or not, it might not be as hard as you actually think it is, but there are some key things to know when it comes to your best practices. Now, keep in mind, who is actually viewing your website? Who are you actually targeting through all of this? And try to keep that in the back of your mind as you're building out your website. So let's dive into my computer here. I've pulled up two websites that I think do a pretty good job based on the 20 best, I use air quotes there, but 20 best MSP websites. So the first thing is you want to make sure it has a great user design. And what I mean by that is it's simple, it's neat, it's clean, it has a nice little navigation here with pop-outs to cover the industries, the services, resources. It's just beautiful. And you want to make sure that there is all of the information that somebody would actually need when they go through this. And it feels consistent. I know that sounds crazy, but when you go from page to page to page, it actually feels like the same company other than having that same navigation on every single page. Now, next is going to be your content quality. Because believe it or not, you have to have good content. And when we read this, get into IT get IT and cybersecurity out of sight, out of mind, and out of your way. Perfect. Do you struggle with IT challenges like my IT person is leaving or already left? We've outgrown our current IT provider. It takes too long to resolve issues. These are fantastic. It's relevant. It's clear, it's concise. There's headings here with subheadings so you can see what's the most important and the areas that support that. And then engaging media, right? We see 3 people here, they're pointing to a computer. It's just, we have moving things, we have clients are saying, it's engaging. We have numbers that are scrolling. It's beautiful. This is huge. And what I mean by that also is, an IT service experience like no other. It's a beautiful website. It feels good. We have this guy wearing this jacket here with dedicated IT. I dig it. Get the results you've been looking for with a little bit of supporting text on here. That is fantastic. And it shows people that it's relevant, it's clear, it's concise, and it's easy to use. Next is going to be your technical performance. As a visitor goes to the website, are things popping up where they're supposed to pop up or where somebody would expect them to pop up? Does it read? Does it show that supports the area that was already there? Now, the other thing that we need to think about is while the desktop is beautiful, guess where people are migrating more and more nowadays, and it's never going back the other way? Mobile. You got to make sure that your website is mobile ready and mobile responsive as well. More people than ever. Now, in the MSP world, we kind of get at it. There's a little bit of a loophole that we get. We could focus a little bit heavier on the desktop because people are going to be viewing our stuff during the workday when they're on their computer. But there is always going to be people, business owners, laying in bed, staring at the ceiling and plugging away on their phone. This is super important and something to consider as you're building out your website. Don't forget about these guys. And there's tablets as well. You have to be prepared for that. Next is going to be fast load times. As you zip around the website, are things moving fairly quickly? It doesn't have to move at the speed of light, but it should be fairly quick. And are you doing the best with your SEO? As people share it out, is Google going to see it? These are all important things. Making sure that you have meta tags, alt text for images, structured data to help improve your visibility online. Now, this would not be an MSP video without a little bit of security. Now, you'll see up here, it says HTTPS. That S is for a security socket license. That SSL is super, super important. It basically just tells Google, hey, Google, we're Gucci. We're secure. Don't even worry about it. We're good. We're on the inside crowd. Google says, hey, appreciate you being secure, making sure the people that visit it, we know that they're safe. You're good in our book. Check. Thank you. I know that's a little bit of a parody, but that's pretty close to what happens. I probably gave Google a little bit more of a personality than it might have, but hey, to each their own. And you got to regularly update your website. Now, these websites look like they are completely custom. Oh, we got a WordPresser up here. So perfect. This brings me to my next thing. You have to regularly update your website. Now, if you're with one of those multi-million/billion-dollar companies, you got Wix, Squarespace, whatever other platform you want to use, that's fine. They will take care of the updates for you. But if you're using WordPress, you got to make sure that you're updating your plugins and updating your theme and anything else that needs to be updated. I know it sounds crazy, but the last thing that you want is a SQL injection or somebody to hack your website. Do your best, keep it updated, and keep it secure. It'll remove all the headaches, and you'll keep a whole heck of a lot more hair on your head. And last but not least, we got to have analytics. I don't know why I'm pulling this up again because there's nothing to show on my screen here, but you got to have some good analytics. Google Analytics, great start. You can have third-party platform analytics, totally cool. After that, you're going to want to set up Google Search Console. It shows you and helps Google say, hey, I know what this website's about. When somebody's searching for that, whether it's in the area or a relevant topic, it'll show you the performance of it. Google Analytics, everybody. Google Search Console, just how you show up on Google. I know it sounds basic, but these are really, really important. Having that data is only going to help you make better website decisions when it comes to all of that. And last but not least, some of the most important things, and I've already found this, is under resources, they have blog articles, case studies, guides, news, and events. Blog articles are great. It shows that you're being active. It shows that you're consistently producing content. A non-technical guide to Microsoft's new MFA policies and how they affect you. Perfect. Introducing Copilot for Office 365. These are great. When somebody is going to a website, they want to see that content is being produced, that it's a fairly active website, but also that there's testimonials, reviews, and case studies because people want to buy from people they like. They want to see that you've worked with somebody in their area. They feel comfortable with it because, believe it or not, spoiler alert, and I'm sure nobody wants to hear this, most of your business is not going to come from referrals, no matter how good of a job you do. It's just the nature of the beast. So when somebody finds your website, they want to be able to go through and see, oh, they work with this person. I know that company. Or, oh, they deal with a huge dental firm in a similar, we're a similar dental firm to them. Perfect. And they feel good. They see the social proof of it. They see the case studies that you're actually producing, which is huge. If we go back, not only do they have case studies, they have guides so people can go through managed IT services, cost and pricing guide. Perfect. The buyer can see everything that they're going to want to see beforehand, the news that's going on, and the events that are being held, the industries that are currently out there. If you scroll all the way down, we got LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, which is now X. All of these, seeing that social proof is huge. Making sure that your new potential audience, the people that are visiting your website, can see the marketing and the social proof on your website. So they feel comfortable saying, hey, you know what? Let's have a conversation. I'm not ready to buy yet, but a lot of the stuff that I've seen on the website has allowed us to move forward and say, let's at least have a conversation. That's what you want to do. You want to get your foot in the door so then you can really assess their needs, their wants, their problems, and everything in between. But it starts, believe it or not, with your website. Following these 6 best practices is huge. And read your website out. A little bonus for you, if you've made it this far, is there is something called the American Disability Association. They want to make sure that your website looks delightful and is easy to read, but not only easy to read, there's high contrast between the text, so it's easy for just about anybody. But additionally, when you're reading your website, have somebody read the content of your website out to you. Do you struggle with IT challenges like my IT person is leaving ... or already left? We've outgrown our IT provider. It takes too long to resolve issues. These, when you read them out, make clear and concise sense to somebody that might not even be able to see your screen. If you have somebody read it out and you're like, I don't know if that makes the mark, you need to go back and revise it. I see it all of the time. People forget about people with disabilities. It breaks my heart. Not everyone has the gift of vision. You have to make sure that if that person isn't able to see what you actually have, they can then take it in as an auditory experience and understand what your website says. So the content and the text is vitally, vitally important as you're going out, as you're writing the content. And if you're not sure, ask your friends, hey, if I read this to you, does this make sense? And actually read it to them. You'd be shocked at the answers that you actually get. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, little notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next video. Till then, love you guys.